You know, it's so interesting because like one of the for me there's certain participants in RuPaul's Drag Race that you'll never forget. They're iconic, right? And I just remember from like even seeing you in the beginning and when you were like doing the acting challenges and things like that, that it was obvious always that you had a step ahead. Like you were prepared, you had been trained, you had a career already. I want to speak, I want to know, I've always wondered ever since back then, what did that feel like? Because you knew it and you had people that were like, okay, starting and doing things, but you were prepared.
I feel like stepping onto that set, I knew I wasn't going to be there until the last day because I had a show in New York that I had to do. So I just planned on going into like, you know, get some attention and make my mark. I knew I wasn't gonna win. So once I got there, I was appalled at how the girls were being treated. It was a non-union set with like 14, 16-hour days where they weren't feeding the girls. They were giving them, here's some styrofoam, like with the remnants. It was the only set I've ever been on RuPaul's Drag Race, where talent ate last. I'm glad for me it was just a gig in a long career. A lot of people depend on that as their whole career and have to work for the people at World of Wonder for the rest of their life. I'm lucky enough that I don't have to do that.
Do you feel like you've received backlash for being so transparent?
Yes, I have, but like it's backlash that I think was necessary because well-behaved people rarely make history.
All right.
Absolutely.
If I'm going to do something that will help other girls get treated better, I'm happy to, because I'm never going to work with them again, so I can keep my foot on their neck and call them out when they're doing terrible things.
What do drag queens think about drag kings?
Okay. Drag queens and drag kings coexist. The world is wide. It's great. Entertain me. That's all I'm saying. I don't need like some boring park and bark from an Adam Clambert doing a song from 2002. I need something current. I don't need you to look like you're a goth like Wednesday boy. Like I want something, like I hate when drag kings always just go like thin, spiky beard and like they look like Guy Fieri's goth child.
And is there less art involved in drag king versus drag? We should have a drag king artist
Well, you
on
know what's
too.
funny? The other day I saw there was like a drag king, like, and I was like, oh, and it was a noticeable difference because they like danced and did choreo and did splits, and I was like, oh, okay, because I wasn't expecting, because you don't expect that.
I got news for you. You're about to be blown away because Revery's coming out with the first drag queen, the drag king show, and it's going to be a competition much like that, which you share networks with.
Murray Hill, Mr. Showbiz himself, he hosted the last show I was on, which was Drag Me to Dinner on Hulu. Which was like,
a cool show.
Yeah, it was great. It was,
no, that show was great, and I saw that episode. It was so much
fun.
Wait,
so it's about.
Okay, so Neil Patrick Harris, his husband, Bianca Del Rio, and Hanifa Wood, all are judges on the show where two drag queens throw a dinner party against two other drag queens where they decorate an empty box room, do a menu, do the entertainment. And it was me and Alaska versus, I think, Latrice and Manila Luzon. And we won.
You guys won, that's right.
We definitely won. But Murray is so funny. He's one of the best drag kings that I've ever met in the world. And he's hosting the show on Reverie that's searching for the next big drag king.
Oh, wow.
I think drag kings can be just as entertaining as drag queens, but you are right about the outfits and everything. It kind of is more subdued sometimes. Where drag queens, we get to like put feathers and giant things on our head. And with drag kings, the most thing you can do probably is another pair of shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Or like some kind of bangle or spangle or anything, but you know, you keep it like butch usually.
Yeah.